William Long was born in Long Beach, California, and grew up in Conway, Arkansas. As a son of a Marine, William also wanted to serve his country. He had just completed basic training in the Marines and was about to be deployed to South Korea. Carlos Bledsoe grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, to a Baptist family. He too wanted to follow in his father's footsteps and join the family's tour bus business. Carlos was an athletic and outgoing kid who enjoyed music, girls, and cracking a joke or two.
It was perhaps one of the happiest moments of my life to see graduation night for him to graduate from high school. And he had one of the biggest smiles on his face that you could see.
Shots rang out at this Little Rock shopping center shortly after 10 o'clock Monday morning. The victims, 2 U.S. Army soldiers standing outside this Army-Navy recruiting center. 23-year-old Private William Long of Conway was killed.
A guy opened fire. He killed 1 soldier, hurt another. Just this morning, this suspect, you see him there, went before a judge. He was born Carlos Bledsoe, but converted to Islam and changed his name to Abdulhakim Muhammad.
I don't think it was murder, because murder is when a person kills another person without justified reason. And I thought what I did was Islamic justified, and also justifies, common sense, U.S. soldiers are killing innocent Muslim men and women, and we believe that we have to strike back.
The FBI uncovered maps to Jewish organizations, a child care center, a Baptist church, a post office, and more Army recruiting centers in New York and Philadelphia.
How could Carlos, an all-American boy from Tennessee, feel justified murdering another all-American boy from Arkansas?
This does not come from something that he learned growing up. This is not the son we raised. This is someone else. This is not Carlos. This is Abdulhakim. His behavior was changed. He was manipulated. He was brainwashed.
Melvin alleges that his son's Islamic indoctrination began while he was a student at Tennessee State University in Nashville, a cosmopolitan southern town known as Music City, USA, for its country music fame.
We sent him to Nashville to go to school to get a higher education, to be able to better himself and live a pretty good life for himself and for the future. And I think if you go back to Nashville, you'll find that it began there. He got involved going to a mosque called the Islamic Center of Nashville.
Americans for Peace and Tolerance has documented Carlos's tragic journey towards violent extremism and the potential effect of Islamic radicals on Nashville's historically moderate Muslim community. The investigation unearthed evidence of extremist Islamic ideology promoted on university campuses in Nashville and at several Nashville mosques by radical Islamic leaders. In Nashville, this smiling young man began to hate Jewish and Christian Americans, a hatred that ultimately caused him to reject his former hero, Martin Luther King. He was sent to Yemen, trained as a jihadist, and returned to his homeland to kill.
In the back of my mind, I did not understand it. How a religion can teach someone so much hate because you disagree with someone else's opinion or their style of life or their belief in their God.
Ever since the shooting in Little Rock, Melvin has been talking to reporters and civic leaders about what happened to Carlos, with few results. A breakthrough came in March of 2011 when he told his son's story on Capitol Hill during Congressman Peter King's hearings on homegrown Islamic radicalization in America. Unfortunately, the media and some congressmen dismissed Melvin's testimony, focusing instead on attacking Congressman King's hearing as a bigoted effort that can incite hatred of Muslims and more terrorist attacks against the U.S.
This hearing today is playing into al-Qaeda.
The reaction of certain members of Congress to Melvin's key testimony during Congressman King's hearings seemed to marginalize the significance of Carlos's radicalization and its deadly consequences.
While I appreciate the anecdotes of those who have spoken, I don't think that they are necessarily very enlightening. Well, I think these anecdotes are interesting, I don't believe these are experts.
Is interesting the word you'd use to describe it?
No, I think I would use it to describe it as a tragedy. We're worried about stepping on their toes, and they're talking about stamping us out.
APT's documentary film will chronicle a young man's journey to jihad. It will also expose the role of Nashville's media and civic leaders in legitimizing extremist Islamic leaders who threaten peaceful coexistence in America's multi-ethnic society.
I want to be able to say this to the American people and to the world. It happened to my son today. Tomorrow, your son.
The full story coming soon.